Ooh, guys. Welcome to Ridge Life. I'm Tim, and I almost died. Today on Ramblings is hot. It's so hot and humid. Now, I know a lot of you guys are saying, Tim, it's hot and humid everywhere. I mean, look over in Europe and France. Thousands of people dying from the heat. Blaming Americans for us using our air conditioners causing this global warming pandemic. Whatever. I just know I'm hot here in West Tennessee because I'm working. Yeah, some of you say, Tim, working, yeah. So today on Ramblings, I'm working. Well, I'm actually not working on Ramblings, but I'm working today. Oh my gosh, last 2 days. Some of you saying, Tim, you're wearing the same shirt you wore yesterday when you mowed the yard. How can you tell? It looks darker. It looks like a whole different color, doesn't it? Because this one is soaking wet. Sopping wet, and it's not all brown and dusty like yesterday when I mowed the yard. But actually, this is the same shirt. And there's a reason for it. But there's a reason because look at this. I'm wearing jeans. Now, normally, I wear shorts from pretty much May until November. I'm a shorts, and y'all see me in my Crocs. I know that's right. Pretty much from May, actually March or April. Okay, pretty much all year I wear shorts and Crocs. But I do wear jeans, you know, in certain situations, and today is one of those certain situations. I'll tell you that right now. This thing is soaking wet too. Oh my gosh. So yeah, yesterday I got the solar video out, right, of almost 16,000 watts of solar coming into the solar. And I can change some settings to actually get it a little bit higher, but I'm trying to. I want to keep it smooth. I want the batteries to charge smoothly. So I got everything regulated just right. I think just right. I'm still working on the settings, but 16,000 watts coming in. Got all that done. Got that video up to you, and then went to mow the ridge with Grandma Carol's mower because the bad boy's in the shop, and I had to fix the chassis bracket. You saw that yesterday, so. I got that fixed, started mowed all the way up until dark. All the way up until dark. And Grandma Carol got home. She went with Uncle Sonny to Pickwick Lake, if y'all don't know where that is in Tennessee. She ate at a restaurant, had catfish, brought me some catfish home. She got some KFC coleslaw. I put some hot sauce on the catfish. Ooh, it was so good. So I had that for supper last night. Took me a while to cool down though, because I was hot yesterday. So got a bunch of video edited and stuff, and got up bright and early this morning, and because it is the end of June, and if you wait too long, you lose out this opportunity. And because when July gets here, it's called the dearth. Dearth is when all the everything dries up, right? You stop getting rain, July and August, typically. And everything dries up. So the honeybees stop bringing in and making honey. Whatever they've got, they start eating during the dearth. So you got to get in there and you got to pull that honey off before they start eating it all. Well, I got in there today and I started working the bees. Oh my gosh, guys. So hot. So hot. Can't take a break. I'm wearing the bee suit and everything. Can't take a break, take a drink and everything because I have to veil on and everything. If I open it up, all the bees will get me. But I will say this. I have 2 colonies, gunslinger and fireball bees. Both are wild swarm catches locally here. And good news and bad news. I will be harvesting some honey. I will be extracting some honey, putting it in bottles. Bad news? Not what I expected. Not what I expected at all. I mean, I thought, yeah. Well, that video will be coming out hopefully later this week. If I don't pass out before I get done, I'm not done. I did the work at the bees, and now I'm taking a break because it's just, oh my gosh. You know, my head started throbbing. When you start feeling your heartbeat in your head, it's a little bit late for heat exhaustion, right? Not heat stroke, I'm still sweating. So as long as you're still sweating, you're okay. You're not into heat stroke. But heat exhaustion, and because I was wearing this bee suit and the big heavy leather gloves, that the bee hat, these heavy jeans and heavy boots and socks, and I started working. And of course I'm in the sun for part of it. I just started hearing my heartbeat in my head, thump 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 thump, and I was like, all right, Tim, you need to rush this on. So I had to give it the old Navy try and push on through, break on through to the other side. I did. I broke on through. But so now I'm back at the Ridge crib, and I'm not done. I'm not done. Once I get this done, I got to weed eat. I mowed yesterday, again, hours. And the weed eating, I did not weed eat the last two times I mowed. And you guys have seen in the ramblings how tall it is. There are some weeds around the lumber pile, the house build pile, that are as tall as I am. And I want to get all that. Meredith says, well, what's the weeds hurt around your lumber piles? You're just going to rip the things off. And I was like, do you even know me? And she's like, yes. Of course I got to get all the weeds around the lumber piles. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 lumber piles, and then the tent with the windows in it. So there's 16. I got the Ridge farmhouse, which the foundation area, the crawl space area is grown up completely. Of course, you can't mow in there because I can't get the mower through the foundation. So I gotta weed eat all that. Of course, then all around the gravel is just grown up, and I can't get up on the gravel enough to the edge of it because it starts throwing gravel everywhere, and you don't want to mess up your blades. So I got lots of weed eating. I mean, hey, everybody's got a weed eat, Tim. You're right. But not after working outside in the honeybees for 2 hours. Maybe even longer. Oh my gosh, it seemed like it's all morning. But again, I did do it in the morning, so it was not quite as hot. But it just took me forever. But again, it was not what I expected. I mean, I wish I could tell you. I mean, I guess I could tell you, but then you would know in the video. And I know you guys are going to watch the video. The rambling people watch the videos. But I'm giving you sneak peeks that I did get honey. So you guys know that ahead of time. So when you see the thumbnail, you're like, oh, okay, Tim, I know Tim got some honey. The bees are still there. I still have 2 strong colonies of bees. So that's good news. I'm spilling the beans on. But again, it's just not what I expected. Not what I expected. Got up this. Okay, so I had the air conditioner going all night in the Ridge crib, and these air conditioners in the Ridge these campers are not efficient. Pretty much pull 2,000 watts all night long. They kick off hardly at all because it's hard to maintain temperature in a camper like that. And I think they're like 12,000 BTU air conditioners. They're pulling about 2,000 watts pretty much continuously. Pretty much. I had the mini split and the power shed running all night long. Of course, those inverters and the batteries create heat, so they're it's working a lot of the night. And mini splits are much more efficient, so it's only pulling 500-600 watts, 700 watts at the max sometimes. Then I had the refrigerator in the Ridge crib, and I also have the refrigerator in the power shed that's got the Gatorade and water in it. I keep and that's not in the power shed; it's in the tool shed. So it's hot in the tool shed, but eventually I'll have a refrigerator and a freezer inside the power shed. But I want to get my final inspection. I don't want to bring in refrigerators and liquids and all that stuff and them go, you're not supposed to have that in here with this. And so, yeah. But, so not saying I'm going to do that. I'm just saying I'd like to. But anyway, so all that to say, all that stuff's running. And I got up this morning bright and early, and check my solar stats on my EG4 app, and the battery got down to about 70%. Yeah! So the battery had only gotten down to 70%. And so in the evening when the sun sets, you start drawing off the battery because there's no solar, right? There's no sun. So you start using the battery instead of the sun. in the daytime, the sun charges the batteries and feeds the loads, powers the refrigerators and everything, if you got enough sun, which I do. So basically from yesterday evening, batteries started going down, being used, before dark, because the sun goes down, the PV goes down, and then of course your loads are higher, so you have to use the battery. Anyway, so all night long till the sun came back up, only went down 30%. And so my house, once I have a 3-ton AC unit with a SIPs and whatever TVs are going and stuff, is really not going to pull that much more than the Ridge crib over a 12-hour period. Because the 3-ton air conditioner is not going to be running all the time. Matter of fact, with those SIPs, it may only run 3 hours out of 12 hours. Actually the compressor running, right? So So I definitely, the way I calculated out to house loads, I would have about 2 days of backup power with those batteries. About 2 days, day and a half. 2 days, depending on if Meredith's there and Will is there with blow dryers and leaving every light and every TV on in the house and leaving the exhaust fans on in the bathroom so it sucks out all the cold air, then I may have a problem. But they're worth it. I love them, so it is what it is. I'm still delirious. Okay, so if I say something to get myself in trouble with Meredith or something, it's because I got a heat stroke. Okay, so just blame it on the heat stroke. And I'm not making light of the deaths in Europe with the heat. I am not making light. Prayers out to all of them having to deal with it. And one of the reasons you're seeing all those deaths over there is, I don't know if you guys have ever been to Europe, they do not live in comfort like we do. I mean, they're not third world country, but it's just typically the latitude they're at. It's more like Wisconsin, right? Minnesota, New England. They're more along that latitude. So they're very more temperate than here in the Mid-South, Memphis, Tennessee. We're just scorching all the time. So we all have air conditioners. Like my dad in Connecticut, they didn't have an air conditioner in their house for the longest time. They end up putting a window unit in their master bedroom to keep them cool at night. But yeah, when I went up to stay with them, there would be no air conditioning, in Connecticut. So you start getting 105 degrees temperature and no air conditioning, it's gonna be rough on you guys. So heart thoughts and prayers out to those in Europe having to deal with this. It's a heat wave, that's for sure. It is definitely a heat wave. Now, someone said it's the hottest it's ever been in Europe. I'm like, guys, seriously, how would you know it's the hottest it's ever been? Humans have only been collecting temperature data for a few hundred years, right? Not thousands of years, right? If you remember a Popular Science magazine, when I was growing up, Popular Science magazine had big dire warnings of the impending ice age because we had global freezing, global cooling. Everyone was worried about, we were going to all freeze to death. There was all these movies about the earth freezing and we're all going to die because, woolly mammoths are going to come back and it's just going to be a global ice age. And then in, the 70s and 80s and everything, now it's global warming, right? We're all going to burn to death. And then that didn't quite pan out. So then it became climate change. Climate change kind of covers when it's super cold and when it's super hot. Makes sense, right? Climate's always changing. And that, guys, that's my point. The climate is actually always changing. It's been changing since God created this earth. From a molten, formless mass to being covered in water and the continents separating and guys, and this is going to be my opinion here, okay? So just take this with a grain of salt. This is my opinion. I was a biology major in college, so I have a very deep science background. I love popular mechanics, popular science, more popular science. Did I say popular mechanics earlier? It was Popular Science magazine. But so when I was in college, when I was younger, I was raised a Baptist, and then in college they tend to make you agnostic or even atheist, right? They try to remove your faith from you in college. And guys, if you want to argue with that, you can. I've been to college, and even the colleges now, you can imagine how woke they are. They weren't even woke when I was in, but they still tried to do that. They tried to take God out of everything, you know. But then as I started getting older after college, I started realizing all of the things that I had been taught in college, God explained. At least He explained to me. After college, went back and read the Bible and realized the way God created the heavens and the earth matched exactly with the way I was taught in college in science class. Now they called it evolution, and they said it took millions of years, and and all this stuff. But when I read the way God created the heavens and the earth, right? The earth was not without form and was void, and then of course it was a ball of mass and fire, and then earth, and then oceans and clouds, and then the continents, and then of course life was created. Starting with the things of the oceans, and then the creepy crawly things on the land, and then of course the furry things that had babies and mammals, and then man. God created man, and man named everything, and everything was good. Sounds like what I was taught in college. I mean, it really does. I mean, they said, of course, God had nothing to do with it, but in the order in which God created the earth in Genesis is exactly the order in which science says the earth was created. They don't know how it was created. They don't know what caused the Big Bang. I do. At least I do. I believe I do. They say it took thousands and millions of years and everything. I believe God did it in His time, right? In the Bible, it actually says, 7 days and the seven. It actually says periods. If you go back to the Aramaic and Hebrew, it says periods. Hebrew, Old Testament, Aramaic, Greek, Latin, Greek in the New Testament. Periods. And guys, 1,000 years is like a day to God. It says that in the Bible also. So God can do anything in any time frame He wants. It's pretty amazing. So whether you believe it was scientific evolution not created by God, or whether you believe God created everything and like me believed He did it in the way that we're proving today, every day when science revelates something, we find out God was right. God was right. God was right. Of course, God's always right in my opinion. But so the earth is always changing. It's evolving. It's getting warmer. It's getting colder. Species are doing this, that, and the other. And man is ever since the fall from grace, man has had a play in it, right? A play in it. I'm not saying we cause everything, but everything causes and is revolving around our interpretation of it. Okay, I believe we are specks on this earth. And I'm not going to get too deep into this because there's a lot of people that have some strong opinions on it, but definitely not talking politics, and I'm not really even talking religion today. I'm just giving you my beliefs on what's going on in the world and this world we live in. And of course, this is Ramblings, and I just ramble. I'm definitely not afraid to speak my faith and speak my opinion. I talked about Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego the other day. But I also don't want to offend or run any way on off. So I would never not be myself and not show my faith. But again, this channel, this YouTube channel, is not about faith. Okay, but I occasionally will demonstrate my faith. Actually, I demonstrate my faith every day in my videos. And some of y'all understand what I'm talking about. By the way I carry myself, by the way I treat people, the way I treat animals, the way I treat the land, the way I revere what I'm blessed with, and I know that nothing good in my life comes from me. It's all been just a blessing and a gift, and that I strive every day to be a better and better person, treat other people the right way, and love them the way He loved me. So if some of you see that, I appreciate it. If some of you don't see that that's the reason why I am the way I am, then maybe you want to do a little soul searching and you'll find it for yourself as well. But guys, I do love every single one of you. I've got to get, hydrated for one thing. and I've got to get this yard mowed. I've got to get the honey extracted and bottled. I've got to get the gravel smoothed out. I've got to get the power loads tested. I got to get the surge protection devices installed. I got to get my final inspection. I got to go to Freedom Weekend. I got to go to David's and help David with his solar. And I got to start building an off-grid barn house, which I just ordered. Guys, I just ordered $1,700 in materials that I didn't have to get the foundation going. $1,700 materials I just ordered, and so when I come back, I'll be working on that foundation. Woohoo! Guys, I love every single one of you. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and again, hopefully I did not offend. I never, ever, ever want to offend someone, right? I may say things you don't agree with, but hopefully I say them in a loving, caring way where you understand it's just my beliefs. I'm not trying to impose my beliefs on you, and if you have different beliefs, I love you just as much. So guys, I love every single one of you, and hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you did, give it a big old thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. It's always 100% free. Hit that notification bell right down there to be notified anytime a new video comes out on one of my channels. Until next time, hope everyone has a blessed, blessed day. Keep rambling and go Ridge Life. Woo! Oh, gosh, so hot.